Hi, I'm Vic, President of the Student Society.
And I'm Camille, Vice President of the Student Society.
Welcome
Welcome to
to
AGSM.
I had two reasons to do an MBA. The first one was quite a deeply personal decision to do an MBA, which was, it was always part of the plan from a very young age. I wanted an MBA to be part of my educational vocabulary. The second reason was depending on where I would like to go in terms of my career. So my objective was to eventually work in a private equity firm managing a number of small to medium-sized businesses, and an MBA is the ideal way to go about getting into that field and eventually applying the learnings from an MBA in that particular field.
So I decided to do an MBA probably 2 years out of my undergrad. Going into the corporate world, I quickly found that you can advance quite far, but if you really want to go into a leadership and management position, an MBA is absolutely necessary.
Choosing the AGSM was quite a simple process for me. I've worked in Sydney for a number of years. I used to work in Brisbane and the Gold Coast before that. I know the industry pretty well. So when it came to choosing an institution for my MBA, I simply spoke to my industry contacts, and it was quite unanimous that if you're doing an MBA in Australia, it has to be an AGSM. So that's all the assurance I needed in terms of choosing the institution where I did my MBA. There are a number of unique aspects of AGSM MBA program. The first thing would be the FOM, the Foundations of Management, that all students do when they first come into AGSM. The 3 weeks that we spend doing FOM is useful for us to get to know our peers from a social and academic perspective before we get into the rigors of university life. The second thing would be the small class size, and in combination with the FOM, for example, by the second week I knew everyone's first and last name and also their industry background, which is something other universities have not been able to do because of their large class sizes.
Student life at the AGSM is very fun. As you know, we're located in Sydney, Australia, so we have quite a few outings to really engage with Australia. So we go to the beach and have barbecues, we go wine tasting, we take trips to go hiking, and then we also have our social activities on the weekends and evenings. Other things that we do that are more in the professional sense is we host a lot of events. So whether that's hosting events with people from Google or some of the big consulting firms or from up-and-coming entrepreneurs, we kind of make sure that our socializing is fun but also has some professional benefit as well.
Being the president of the Student Society is very, very interesting and intense at the same time. The role encompasses a number of things, but what it all boils down to is that you're an advocate for the students of your class, be it concerns, be it issues, or be it even the good things that come out of the MBA experience. And also to be that link between the students and the AGSM executives.
My main piece of advice is to know why you want to do an MBA. If you know why you want to do an MBA before you go into it, you'll get so much more out of it. An MBA is more than coming to class and learning. It's very different from an undergraduate experience, because a lot of what you're doing is, yes, you're doing coursework, but you're learning how to be a better leader and what you can do. And yes, sometimes that can be numbers and figures, but a lot of what that is how to work with people, how to lead them and inspire them.
But at the same time, what it is all about is that AGSM doesn't have a dull moment ever. There's always something happening, be it academic, be it professional, or be it social.